So the topic here is a step-by-step guide to securing MSc admission in the UK for international students. And this is not just limited to a particular country. It can be for Nigerian, in fact, all African countries, people from Asia, people from European countries, anywhere in the world. This guidelines is universal and everybody can use this. So let's look at what these steps are. I have 12 slides to go through with you guys, and then after that I will open the floor to questions. But while I go along, like I said before, if you have a question, drop it in the comment section. I can pick it up immediately. I'm done with the slide. Now, in the introduction, I said everybody you are welcome once more. This is just a step-by-step guide. So MSc is Master of Science, and this is a kind of Master of Science, and it's basically what other countries will refer to as master's degree. Some will say MSc, like Master of Science. Some will say MTech. Some will say Master of Technology. Some will just say master's degree, whatever it is called. This is the popular term in the UK is MSc, like Master of Science. So this guide will help you to navigate the application process successfully from the beginning, like from when you conceive the idea to the very end of it. So the first step here is to research your options. Here what I'm going to say is that, so when you have the idea that you want to study somewhere, let me also set the disclaimer that it can be very expensive in the UK. Yet we still have people that are self-sponsoring. There are also scholarship opportunities, scholarship for full-time, scholarship for part-time, like part funding, and the rest of it. But what I'm going to focus on really is, I'm just going to focus on the admission aspect today, if possible, because there's a lot to go through, and we'll set another day again to talk about the funding aspect, because it's possible that you can get a full-time scholarship. But let us consider just the admission aspect today. So first of all, I say research your options. So you need to do a thorough research of universities and programs that offer MSc degrees in your field of interest. I do not choose a specific interest here. This could be any area at all. It could be any area at all. Maybe like you may want to do masters in computer science, masters in engineering, masters in sociology, MSc in anything. There are so many fields, even in public health and in any field of your choice. So first of all, look at the various fields that are there. Which one do you actually want to study? Once you make up your mind, you now want to look at the universities that are offering that course. There are so many universities in the UK, and their tuition fees can be different. Some offer this thing on 2 years period, some on 1 year period, like within 1 month you can be done with your MSc degree. Some will be 2 years. And you don't have to pay everything at once. You can just pay the deposit and then pay installmentally during your study. There are many people that are studying part-time and also paying their tuition fee by themselves. All that they need to do is just raise the money that will get them the admission, and they keep working part-time and then also funding themselves. So for the fact that you don't have their complete money, it shouldn't stop you from studying, please. Let me just say that. So that's one. The second thing you want to do is consider factors such as the reputation of the university. The degree you are getting, is it going to be relevant? Will people be looking after you? Will people be looking for the kind of degree you have? So the reputation is very important. The course content as well is important, because most of this admission, once they advertise, the link is made public and is visible. Everybody can actually apply to it. So you also want to check out for that course content. What are the things that will be covered? Maybe 5 modules, 6 modules, depending on what the MSc program is. Consider the course content, the thing that you will be taught, and then who are the faculty experts, like who are the lecturers that will be handling the course. This information are all there. Do they have professors, doctors, undergraduate, not undergraduate, maybe masters, MSc holders as lecturers? Do those research. It's up to you if you are interested in such. thing. Then consider the location. So this location is very important because wherever you're studying in the UK is important. If you are if you are studying around London and you have to live in London, the living standard is very expensive. You'll be spending so much money. Other than, and this is different from when you are living outside London, especially like in the northern part of England. The living expense is going to be cheaper and you can afford that easily. So consider the location. That is very important. There are 4 countries in the UK that make up the United Kingdom. These countries are England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Each of them has universities that you can study in them. It's like the UK has the majority of universities, followed by Scotland, Northern Ireland, then Wales. Maybe in England you have cities like London, Liverpool, Manchester, Leeds, Bradford, Middlesbrough, and so many other cities like Birmingham and the rest of them. In Scotland you have major cities such as Glasgow, Edinburgh, you have Aberdeen, and so on. And Northern Ireland, I think I can talk about Belfast as one of the cities there, and there's also a university there, and there are universities there basically. Then in Wales there are also universities there. In Wales we have Cardiff and we have Swansea. These are I think, if I'm not mistaken, these are in Wales. So yeah, consider the location is very important if you want to apply. Don't make the mistake of just jumping in and applying. Then after you get the admission and you do not check the finance, you will now get stranded somewhere. No. And you want to also consider the available resources. This is secondary, but yeah, it's very important. You want to consider the resources that are available, the facilities that the university will offer you. The next thing is you want to take note of entry requirements. Yes, because each of the courses, where they are published, they will be saying, they will publish the entry requirements. They may say you must have minimum level of a degree, maybe first degree, that is a 2-1 at least, and maybe you must pass English level exam, or you have to write English exam before you come and study here. These are all possibilities. So you want to look at that, like I've said here, including academic qualifications and English language proficiency, because if you are not meeting that condition, you will have to write a particular English exam. This could be IELTS or it could be TOEFL and whatever. So you need to consider that as well. There are some degrees that if you are from certain countries, they can waive you. Some university will waive you the English language exam. You don't have to write. There's some you will still have to write. For instance, if in your O level, let's say you have a C or a B or A, depending on the university you're applying, actually, they may waive you. So you need to work this on a case-by-case basis, but it's a factor that you need to consider while looking for admission. You also want to, yes, I said the entry requirements. There are so many other questions. I mean, after this, I'm going to take you through a practical step so that you can see some of this by yourself. And the step 2 will be now to prepare your application material. So this is just high-level introduction. I'm not diving into detail. The step 2 will be to prepare your applications materials. So first of all, you have to gather all the necessary documents. And these necessary documents could include 1, academic transcripts and your degree certificate. So this is very important because if you don't have your transcript, it's going to be hard for you to secure an admission for master's degree in the UK. Since you are applying for MSc degree, they will expect that you have finished your first degree and you must present your transcript before your admission is confirmed. You cannot take up studies without confirming that. So try by all means to make sure your undergraduate transcripts are ready. This is different from statement of result. This is different from certificate. The academic transcript actually lists out all the courses. In Nigeria, I know they call it courses. In other countries, like in the UK, they call it modules, whatever they call it. It lists out all the modules that you have done at the university with the grade that you have scored them. And if you failed them and did them twice, it's all listed there. You need that transcript, and then you need your degree certificates, at least to help you secure that admission. The next thing you want to get a kind of well-crafted statement of purpose that highlight your academic and career goals. That statement of purpose is enough to actually give you admission. even if you meet all the other requirements, but if your statement of purpose is rubbish, you may not be able to get admission. So it's very important for master's admission. You have to put up a very good statement of purpose to be able to secure admissions. And you need to highlight your academic and career goals, your academic goals and then your career goals. Why you are choosing such university, you need to discuss them there. You know, why do you even choose the UK in the first place? There are a lot of whys that you need to answer, actually. So you may also be asked to provide letters of recommendations from professors or employers who speak to your abilities. So this is not all universities that will ask. Some may not ask, but just take note of that. A kind of an up-to-date curriculum vitae, your CV, your resume need to be up to date. I just want to highlight that. And then proof of language proficiency, like I said before, either the I or the TOEFL scores, depending on. In the UK, mostly they use the IELTS. So you want to, like IELTS, you want to make sure that you've passed this. The particular university you're applying, they will specify there whether you need to score 6.5 in all the aspects, whether spoken or written, or 5 or 6, whatever. I mean, they will specify there, but just know that in most cases, you may be asked to write this English exam. You register it on your own and write it. This is a kind of big gamble because you are not even sure whether you will get the admission at the end, but they will say you need to write. And it's possible that you can write and get it at once. Or some people tried it like 6 times before they actually passed this IELTS. So just bear that at the back of your mind. Remember that I said if you have a question, please drop it in the comment section. I will be able to respond to that later. Or if you want to talk live, I will invite you to come live when I'm done with this presentation. Then there is additional documents that may be required by specific universities or programs. So that is when you are looking at the admission, they may ask more for other documents. Now the step 3 is to meet the language requirement, which we mentioned before. If English is not your first language, demonstrate proficiency through recognized language tests, which is in most cases the IELTS. And most universities will say if you are from a country that the official language is English, you are from your own primary school to secondary school, university, you are being taught in English, then they may waive the English exam for you. And prepare for the test by familiarizing yourself with the exam format and practicing sample questions here. Get enough materials for that exam. Once you have registered, you will be able to lay your hands on some of those materials to be able to prepare yourself for it. And then you need to aim to achieve the minimum language score, like I said before. If it is 6.5, then you need to get that 6.5. The universities have, all the universities, there are different requirements for each university. So just keep that at the back of your mind. Then step 4 is for you to submit your application. Excuse me. So follow the instruction provided by each university for submitting your application online. Normally, all of this application is online. You are submitting it online. You don't need to even submit anything in person. You are not sending any document physically. Everything you scan is going to be online. They may even ask for international passport, document, identity, and the rest. All of those things you don't need to scan and submit online. And it's important that many universities in the UK here don't charge anything like admission form. You know, in Nigeria and most other countries, you want to pay. They will say you should pay admission fee before you can even. You have to buy the admission form before you can actually fill out. But it is interesting that in the UK you can actually, many universities actually, you can apply for free. Only few universities you charge, but many universities you will not need to pay a dime from application to the point you finish. Maybe you only pay for your own English exam, which is not even to the university, it's to another body in your own country where you are applying from. So take note of that. That is a good opportunity. Then you want to double check your application for completeness and accuracy. The application system online, fill in every detail that is asked and double check to avoid any error, or any mistake. And step 5 will be to explore scholarship opportunities. So this is what I will dedicate time on in the future to talk about. There are so many scholarships that you can actually, consider, both locally and internationally. The country you are coming from may have a range of scholarship. for people to apply. But if you are not exposing yourself to those information, you may not be able to get this scholarship. So what you want to do is explore these resources. Explore these resources online. There are several websites that publish information on scholarship all the time. There's this website called afterschoolafrica.com. They advertise scholarship all the time. And there's also this website. I mean, each of the universities, they have website advertisement on their website as well. They have scholarship advertisement on their website. So also check for funding opportunities. I know there are UK universities here that they give international students some discount. Like they can even give you discount of up to £5,000. So explore those options. Investigate scholarship option available for international students, yes, and research scholarship offered by the universities, the government programs, or external organizations, or even your own country. And then prepare and submit applications well in advance of deadlines, which is a very good practice. Don't leave it till the last minute. And step 6 now, you need to secure your funding, and that is considered the cost of tuition, living expenses, and other related expenses, like I said. So the first thing you want to make sure is that you have your own tuition fee, which can be very expensive. We'll talk about that in a separate case, but there are universities in the UK here that for 2 years or for 1 year they will charge you £14,000. And just to give you an idea of how much that money is, you are not allowed to pay. You are not going to be asked to pay all the money at once, but that £14,000, if you are, for instance, from Nigeria, you can check the rate online, like how much is £14,000 in your own currency. Because for Nigeria, as it stands now, £1 is almost equivalent to 1,000 naira. So you need to multiply £14,000 by the total number, £14,000 by 1,000. That is going to be a lot of money, I can assure you. But then you'll be asked to pay installmentally, and there are people that have the money, so why not? You can invest in yourself. Like I said, investment in yourself is the best investment. Let your own expenditure be capital expenditures and not always recurrent expenditure. So explore financial help options again, including scholarship, grants, loans, or part-time work opportunities. Like I said, many students in the UK, international students, are allowed to work for 20 hours per week, and that can raise some amount of money towards your tuition fee payment or living expenses. And prepare a budget to manage your finances during your studies. This is what you want to also consider. I know maybe this is advanced now, but yeah. So prepare for interviews if required. So for most time, the admission, they may not be asking you for interview, but for scholarship application, most universities, they will ask you for interview, and you may be asked to write some exams. So prepare for that. Practice common interviews questions that are for that kind of question, and then conduct research on university and program, to demonstrate your knowledge and interest, so that you are not disgraced along the way. Yeah, so after you've submitted your application and you have done your part, then you can now await admission decisions. So after submitting your application, patiently wait for the admission decisions. Use the time to focus on other aspects of your preparation, such as securing accommodations or researching visa requirements, which is important. Meanwhile, even when one university is considering your admission, you can apply to as many universities as you want. Since they are free, you are submitting the same document. Once you have already obtained your own transcript, you'll be scanning and sending the same, so that is fine. So the step 9 here is accept offer and then secure your place. So if you are, the first thing they will likely give you is they will give you what I would say conditional offer until you meet some condition before they now give you the confirmed offer. So in the conditional offer, you will you'll be asked to maybe pay some amount, provide some further documents before the conditional offer can be confirmed. So once you are given that conditional offer, once you have received an admission offer, carefully review the terms and conditions so that you are not just taking anything. Inform the university of your own acceptance within the specified time frame. Or if you want to reject, or if you want to defy it, you can defy for free. You don't have to pay anything. I think most universities will give you 2 years. You can defer it for next year again. And then follow the instruction provided to secure your place, such as paying a deposit. Some universities will charge you £2,000 to accept the offer. So you can see you are only paying money after they have given you admission, and that money you pay goes towards your own tuition fees, not just going towards admission alone. Okay, somebody has done the calculation. Somebody say if you have 14 million, that is a university that charges £14,000. Thank you so much, Jalo M. Jalo. Say 14 million naira. That's how much you can pay for 2 years. And like I said, you can be working part-time and be paying that amount. Then follow the instruction provided to secure your place. Yeah. The next thing, there's 10 steps here that we have is apply for a student visa. This is far more later, so I will not waste time on this. If you have gotten to this stage, then nothing can stop you again. You are already Odogu. You are already a moving train. You are already a lion. Nothing can stop you at this stage, because they will not deny a visa once you don't have any bad record. So research the visa requirement for international students in the UK. Normally it's tier 4 visa. The requirement is simple. You just need to put some money in your account, and then that's it. Prepare the necessary documents, including your admission letter, financial proof, and a valid passport. Yeah. Submit your visa application and pay the required fees, and then schedule and attend necessary visa interviews. So that is the end of the presentation actually, and I will say congratulations on completing the step-by-step guide to securing MSc admission in the UK as an international student. Hopefully somebody can take this step forward, and remember to stay organized, plan ahead, and seek support from university admission offices or educational consultants where needed. And yeah, that's it. What I will say is that, because I think we had technical issues and some people might have joined earlier, and this video again is not even shown on my timeline, so I don't know what has happened. I will upload this video on my YouTube channel, so do well to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can rewatch the video. I will cut out just the presentation part, and if there are things that are unnecessary, I will upload it there so that you can watch the video there again. Other than that, I think I'm done with the presentation. If you want to talk or you want to ask questions now, for those that are still watching, please send me a request and I will ask you to join live. Or if you want to make a comment, maybe you want to share your experience, in case you are in the process and you have now gotten stuck somewhere, please feel free to request now. If I see a notification, I'm definitely accepting it and then bringing you live. So I'm waiting for that. Or if you have a question, you can also drop it in the comment section, please. It's all okay by me. I'm trying to pause my YouTube channel where I will pause this video. YouTube channel. So I've posted my YouTube the link. I've posted a link in the comment section. That is my YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe to it. But like I said, this is the end. Do we have any question or any higgy haga?